We're going to come to our seat. Don't forget you can always sit on a cushion if you're feeling, it's mostly if you feel that you're kind of always hunched forward and it's really hard to sit up tall, better to sit on a cushion or a folded blanket to begin. So let's just kind of just do some very quick little sort of shuffles with the shoulders, just to get them a little bit more lively. It's a bit cold today. It's cold where I am. I don't know if it's cold where you are. Just to get them a little bit more lively. Whoa, I get a few little kind of shivers there. And then we're going to do our proper shrugs. Lift the shoulders up, arms are just hanging there. Inhale through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Let it go. Good. And breathing in, lift the shoulders up. Hold for a second and then out through the mouth. Good. And again, try that one more time. Squeeze those shoulders right up by the ears and then release out through the mouth. Good. Take the right hand to the left shoulder and sweep from the left shoulder to the right hip. Just sweep that away. Do 3 of those. So really paying attention to that. And then the left hand on the right shoulder. Sweep to the left hip. 1, 2. So we're just doing this beautiful diagonal across the body, connecting up the energy. And then take the hands behind you. So the fingers are facing forward and you take the hands behind you. You're going to open up that chest. And just lift the chest up, take the shoulders back. You don't have to throw your head back dramatically. You can just look up at the ceiling. And maybe think about lengthening the whole front of the body. So it's a back bend, but it's really lengthening the front of the body. And that lift is coming from the chest. And you're taking the shoulders back. Just enjoy that. And breathing in, filling that chest with air. And just breathing out, release. Oh, feels good to do that. And take the fingers, intersect them in front of you, breathe in. As you breathe out, take those hands away from you and just drop the head down. Pull the center of the back between the shoulder blades. Pull that back to the wall behind you. As you breathe in, feel that expansion in the chest, in between the shoulder blades. And as you breathe out, just create the space between the hands and the chest. So we're making it really open there. One more breath in through the nostrils and then breathing out through the nostrils. Release the hands. Just see how that feels already. Let's just place the hands on the knees. Breathe in, lift the chest. So strong belly here. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears, head on top of the body. Breathing out, leaning forward. So we're going to do these lovely circles. Breathing in, leaning back and around. So we're warming up the lower back here and into the hips. Breathing in as you lean back and breathing out as you come forward. These are especially good if it's a little bit of a cooler day. These are great in the winter as well because it just, warms up the lower back, gets everything a little bit more activated when we can get a bit chilly. Bit of internal heat, a little bit of fire. Just stoking that inner fire there. Breathing out, leaning forwards, come back to center again. On that inhale, lift and lengthen, keep that integrity. Front and back, breathing out, leaning forwards. And we're going to the left this time, breathing in. So all the time thinking about the heart is going up, up, up. It's almost like you can imagine the heart center is circling, but it's spiraling upwards. See if you can get that sense. Keeping the shoulders down, but it's the heart that's spiraling upwards. So it's going around in a circle, but it's spiraling upwards. Inhaling as you lean back, exhaling as you come forward. Yeah, stirring things up, generating some heat, warmth, openness in the body. Come back to center. Okay, let's just interlink the fingers and stretch up. Extend the hands to the ceiling, but keep the shoulders down away from the ears. There's always this space between the ears and the shoulders, unless you're meaningfully bringing the shoulder to the ear. And also think about the chest lifting, shoulders going down. So we can always get this dynamic, and also thinking about the front of the body being, particularly the belly being really open, and the waist is long, long body. And use your breath to expand the space, the spacious, airy quality of the body. Yeah, breathing in, breathing out. One more breath in and lower the arms down on the exhale. Let's take the left hand down to the left and take that right arm up to the ceiling. Extend, look up at the right hand, and as you breathe out, reaching over the body, bending into the left arm, left elbow. Try and keep the arm over the body rather than over the face. That's more challenging. Looking for the shoulder there, but making sure you're just letting the weight of the arm come over the body, and there's that little bit of effort, but not pushing. Find that sweet spot where you're just finding the edge of the comfort zone, where it starts to get a little bit like, whoa, that's the edge. And then breathe into that. Long exhale. We'll let the arm fall forwards now. We'll just come up nice and smoothly back up to seated. It's a nice way to do that. Right hand down on the right side, bend the elbow, breathing in, reaching up to the left. Look up at the left hand, and as you breathe out, reaching over the body again. So opening up the whole left side. You know, the ribs are getting more space between them, creating space with the air. Breathing in, breathing out. Every inhale, feel the length in the left waist there. And then letting the arm fall forwards, sweeping that across and coming back to center. Let's come into a twist. Right hand on the left knee. Take the left fingertips behind you. Breathing in, lengthen, lift the chest. Breathing out, we're twisting around to the left. We're not led by the head here. The head's sitting on top of the body. We're led by that twist. So the shoulder's actually probably leading more than anything, and then the head follows the shoulder. Good. Every inhale, make that extra bit of effort to lengthen the spine, lift the chest, shoulders down. Maybe even the crown of the head is lifting up. Every inhale. Every exhale, see if there's a little bit more space that you can move into. The body is opening up. Now inhale one more time. Exhale back to the front. So squeezing out any of that tension. Have a little bit of a wriggle. It feels nice when the things start to open up. You may as well enjoy yourself. Left hand on the right knee. Take the right hand behind you. Breathe in, lift and lengthen the spine. Shoulders down. Big inhale. As you exhale, feel the belly come around first of all. See how you can keep your face to front as long as you can. Inhale again. Take the right shoulder back until you have to turn your head because it's going with the body. So you can use that hold on the knee there to just kind of give you a little extra bit of help to twist, but without forcing. Really take note. Notice when there's a bit of pushing going on and a wanting to kind of get to some certain endpoint, some goal, some perceived goal. And instead, just open to that. Let's be open and interested in what's happening. One more breath in, lengthening, and exhale to the front. Good. Okay, let's also don't forget the neck. So we're going to take that right arm up and take it to the back of the neck. Don't forget the hand is coming to the left side. So it's just below the left ear there, the fingers. Keeping that elbow elevated, so we're getting lots of openness in that right armpit. Breathing in. As you breathe out, just bring the chin down, let the head drop down, and then you'll find that relaxing the weight of the arm, just naturally your nose starts to point towards your left knee. Breathe in and breathe out long. Release. It's all about the release of the out breath. Creating lots of length, but in a very easy way, easy but mindful way, using the breath and using the mind. Also the body, of course, and the weight and gravity. Use the inhale to come back up, lifting the arm, and then lower the arm down. Notice how that feels. Maybe have a little bit of a move. Move and see, what's happened there. Take the left arm up, and then bring the hand to the back of the neck. Don't forget, that's coming to the right side now, just below the right ear. Keep lifting the elbow to the sky. Breathe in, As you breathe out, the chin comes down to the chest, the head drops. You can just let your back really relax there, let the head fall down, and then naturally the nose starts to point towards the right knee this time. Keep dropping the right shoulder down as well. Just relax the other arm. And then it's all about breathing and relaxing. So breathing in, creating space, breathing out, releasing and relaxing. Feeling that length just happening and occurring in the neck. Use the inhale to come up slowly, to come out of it slowly, and then release the hand. Maybe just move the neck gently and slowly, see what happens there. Maybe the shoulders want to move a little bit. Yeah, it's all starting to open up very beautifully. So we're going to come onto the hands now, onto all fours, on the knees, hands and knees. Feet are flat behind, fingers are spread wide. Don't let the knuckles rise up because you're going to put too much weight on your wrists. So we're going to come into these opposite movements again, repatterning the energy. Breathing in, lift the right arm and left leg, lovely long line between the fingertip and the toe. Look forwards, and breathing out, bring the hand and knee down. Lengthen on the inhale, release on the exhale. Breathing in. Notice what's happening in the center of the body as you do this. And you're keeping it stable by keeping that softness in the elbow. So you're really using the strength in the arm. Changing perspective. Breathing in, looking forwards, breathing out, coming down. Really think about that lovely long line you're creating in a diagonal across the body. Try and keep the leg and the arm in line with the spine, not going higher. Breathing out. Use your full breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhaling, lower down. Look down at the hands. So you're constantly changing that perspective. This is great for balance, changing that where you're looking, changing perspective. Be interested in what's happening in the body. One more each side, breathing in, breathing out. Lengthening the body, you'll feel probably your abdominals have to work quite hard in this. And then you'll sit back in the heels. Bring the hands forwards, bring the forward to the ground. Sit back into the heels. Don't forget you can always widen your knees if that feels more comfortable. Whatever allows your back to relax, back of the shoulders to get a bit of space. Really take some releasing breaths here. Breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Notice how the body feels already. Where is the breath going in the back? Can you expand the lungs? Increase that space in your back. Good. Okay, keep the fingers spread wide. Remind the hands they're in touch with the ground. Feel that earth element. Now use the inhale to come up to all fours and the exhale to take the hips forward, take the shoulders back and down, open the chest. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, sitting back. Send the sitting bones back deep into the heels. Breathing in all the way up. Breathing out. Taking the hips forward, shoulders back. So we're just moving with the breath. Inhale lifts you up. But see if you can use the movement of the body in combination with the breath to lengthen and slow the breath. Maybe each time you come forward into this cobra-like position, there's a bit more space as you ease into it. You'll find the more you use the breath, take time and ease into things, find that grace. It's almost as if you're doing it for the first time, you know, it's like being interested like you're doing it for the first time. It's like, that's the yoga. That's that innocent quality, you know, of, wow, let's just look at this with eyes afresh, as if I've never experienced or felt or seen these things. What would it feel like, be like, look like? Yeah. Breathing in and breathing out. How does it feel? How does the body feel? What are you feeling? Changing your perspective. We are changing our perspective in this movement, but also changing that interior perspective. What am I feeling and sensing? Am I bringing my attention to my hands and the points that are touching the ground, the knees and the hands and maybe the tops of the feet? Am I thinking about the chest? Am I thinking about where the breath is going in the body? Breathing in. And let's just sit back in the heels for a moment here. Bring them forward to the ground. Or onto the back of the hands if that's preferable. And again, breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. I'm going to come up into downward dog. So leave the hands where they are, come up onto all fours. Breathing in, tuck the toes under, breathing out, lift the knees off the ground. And let's really focus on the back. So make the knees a bit more bent than you think you want to, but really focus now with those knees bent. Look back at those knees. Push back through the hands, make the back really long from the fingertip to the base of the spine. Keep the tummy tucked in, strong belly. So you can get into that length of the spine. Also feeling the hands, the base of the thumb and the first finger is really where we're pressing into that part of the hand there. And then you might want to just see how the backs of the legs are doing by bringing one heel down at a time and bending the other knee. Keep that real length in the spine. You're not breathing into the belly, so that's not going to interfere with lengthening the waist. You're breathing into the chest, keeping the elbows soft. The insides of the elbows pointing towards each other. Good. Okay. Come back down to the knees. We're just going to return to downward dog so we can do a hip opener. So we're just going to have a little rest here. Now we've warmed ourselves up. Legs are a bit warmer. Just sitting back into the heels again. Good. Inhale and breathe out through the mouth, release. Good. Return back to all fours. Tuck the toes under, breathing in. Lifting the knees off the ground, breathing out. So we're back into downward dog. How's it feel a second time? Maybe the legs are getting a little warmer. So we take a small side step with that left foot so it's more or less central in the mat. And now we're going to lift the right leg up to the ceiling. And then if you feel adventurous, you can bend that right knee. I need to get a bit more space for myself. Bend the right knee, but let the weight of that leg fall over to the left, so over the body. And then if you feel okay, you can look up at the ceiling underneath the right armpit. So this is really opening at the hip flex of the front of that right hip. Breathe. So we want to come out, point the toe once more, and bring that right foot down. If you need to rest in between, that's absolutely fine. So you need to come back down to your knees. Otherwise, if you want to carry on, take a small side step with the right foot. Really plant that foot down, push back with the hands still. We're still in the dog. Reaching up with that left leg, pointing the toe, and then bending the knee, letting the weight of the leg, it's really allowing the weight of the leg to fall over to the right side, and encourage that by looking up underneath the left armpit. Keep pushing back through the arms, keep the hands really engaged with the ground. Opening up the front of that left hip. Breathe. Point the toe once more. Bring the left foot down. Let's just walk the feet towards the hands, coming into the ragdoll just to relieve that. It's going to feel good after that. Let the head go. So already we've done a bit of work on that neck, so hopefully it's going to feel a little bit more free. Just see how that feels. Just turn the head. Bend the knees. Knees are bent. Feet are supporting you. Legs are strong. Upper body is completely zeroed out. Arms are just hanging. Head is hanging. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Feel how the back feels. And take your attention to the base of the spine. Feel that energy building up as it travels up from the base of the spine and lifts you. But leaving the arms heavy, leaving the head heavy, keeping the knees bent. Just unfurling, allowing that energy to travel up through the body to rebuild your whole spine. Beautiful, good, okay. So stand with the feet, hips width apart, parallel. Let's lift the heels up and place them down. Lift the toes and place them down. So we'll breathe in, lift the arms up, bring the palms together and turn the palms, and breathing out, bring the hands down. Very simple, one of my favorite practices. This is just all the yoga is in this. Now this time we're going to lift the heels off the ground, reach up, turn the palms coming down. So we're feeling all the different elemental qualities here. We're breathing in, we're reaching up into the air, arms are flying around in the air, and we're bringing the heels back down to the earth. Also lifting up to the light, the energy, the fiery quality, the heat in the body, the sunshine. Yeah, that inspiration. And the movement is the water. The movement is the flow. We're constantly moving. The breath also, you know, breathing in, lifting up. And also have a feeling here, moving with the breath, it's coordinating the movement to the breath. The breath is in charge. Opening up the insides of the arms, opening up the hands, breathing in, bringing those hands together, turning the hands and coming back down. So it's very much this beautiful circle that we're creating around ourselves. You can even make that contact with the fingers at the bottom. So we're making this circle around ourselves, breathing in and breathing out. Let's do one more. Really feel that it's the fingertips that are lifting this. It's a very different feeling when you feel the fingertips are lifting up, rather than feeling that you're lifting the arms. It brings such much softness and grace into the movement. Okay. Bring the feet a bit further apart, and we're going to bend the knees and just twist on our center. Yeah, just let everything loosen up. But make sure that center stays really firm and upright. So the center is not flopping around. The center is really staying integrated. Good. Let the knees bend as much as they want to, though. Good. And slowly come to a stop. Let's get the joints a bit more movement in them. So we roll the shoulders back 3 times. Yeah, it already feels good. It feels so much better in my shoulders now, after we've given them the chest and the shoulders and the neck some attention. Forwards with the shoulders. And then we're going to check out the ankles. So we're going to just flex, lift the right foot off the ground and flex that foot back and forth. Just come back a bit so you can see. So pointing the toe and pushing the heel away. It also obviously affects the rest of the leg. That gets a bit of a wake up. And then we rotate the right ankle. So we're drawing a big circle with the big toe in one direction and then take it in the other direction. Yeah, you might hear a few little creaks there, but you'll find the movement oils those joints beautifully. And then we'll just let that right knee give that a little bit of oil. So the movement, and also this is great for the knee because there's no weight on it. It's just giving that movement without putting any weight on it. So movement is really important for all these joints. And then we'll see if we can get the hip going as well. So you need to stand quite tall through the other side. Sometimes it's quite good to stand on a block or a book if you really want to get that hip opened up. So you can do that if you want to now. Letting that leg really swing forwards and back, and then let's see if we can get it in front and behind. You might need to slow that movement down a little bit. Just getting a bit more movement in the hip. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Just check and make sure you're not gripping the ground with the standing foot, with the left foot. Okay, and then bring that foot back. So we're just going to put the weight onto the right foot and lift the left foot off the ground, just flexing that ankle by pointing the toe and bringing it back up. You'll notice, I hope you'll notice, the more yoga practice you do, the more your feet tend to change, start to open up and become much more vibrant and alive. It's nice to see that. And then we rotate the ankle. Don't forget, you can always rest your hand on some furniture if you need to have extra support here. And let's rotate it in the other direction. Good. And then we'll just let that knee. So we're still holding that thigh in place. We're just letting the knee, giving the attention to the knee. Just swinging the lower part of the leg back and forth, completely relaxing the lower part of the leg. Yeah. And then we'll let the whole leg swing. standing tall, still lifting the chest. So although it's the hip joint we're working on, the rest of the body is still part of this. Swinging back and forth, loosening, but with ease. When we give weight to these joints and let the limbs swing rather than any weight bearing involved, it's just so easy to bring ease into that and lubrication. And we bring it in front, might slow that movement down a little bit, and behind. So it's a bit more effort on the balance, a bit more focus and concentration, and just enjoy that movement. Moving and balancing, really good. And then bring the weight onto the left foot. Feet are on both on the ground. We just give the legs a little shake by just bringing the knees, just kind of moving the knees, just giving the legs a bit of energy as well. Bit of heat, bit of fire in the legs. And actually we'll just bring the knee up. We'll just get the legs a bit more lively, even more lively, just to get a bit more going. Lifting the knees, bringing the heel to the backside. Now the legs are waking up. Now you can feel your legs. Okay. And even out to the sides. Getting a lot of hip action today. Breathing. Don't forget to breathe in and out through the nostrils. Okay. Let's just bring the feet about shoulder width apart. Knees are nice and soft. We'll breathe in, we'll lift the arms up directly above the head and stretch the fingers out as well. We're going to do a little palm tree, one version of this. Breathe in. Keep the shoulders down a little bit though. And breathing out, we're going to lean over to the left, keep extending into the arms. As far as you can on the out breath, use the in breath to come back up. Out breath, leaning over to the right. So you go as far as your out breath takes you, and when you breathe in, you lift up. Breathing out. So we're extending the body and we're bending. Don't forget the side you're leaning to. It's always good to have a bit of extra focus on that foot. So if you're leaning over to the right, then you push into the right foot a little bit. This gives you more support. Breathing in. We'll do one more each side. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just get the side waist a bit more involved. And breathing out, lower the arms down. And it's just waking it up a little bit for coming into some standing postures. We're going to come to the front of the mat. Trikonasana, triangle. Feet hips width apart, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down. Weight onto the left foot, step back with the right. Good, find your feet position, find your legs there, soften the knees already, breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, open the hands, and breathing out, reaching over to your left, as far as you can, then down. Meet that lower leg with the hand and reach up away from it with the right hand. At the same time, so you notice the chest is twisting towards the ceiling and you keep that right hip in place. If you are finding your hip is coming forwards, you probably need to come up a little bit. By that I mean, your hand is a bit higher up the leg. There's no point going down to the floor if you're going to be all out of line, because then your shoulders going forwards, it's just, there's no quality in that. Much better to be up here and have the quality. That's beautiful then. So find that quality. Unlock the knees, feel the feet on the ground, breathe deeply. Good. Keep the right shoulder away from the ear. Long neck. Look up at the right hand. Breathe. Use the inhale to come up. You can bend into the left knee to soften that as well. And lower the arms down on the out breath. Bend into the right knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Just take a moment to shift the weight onto the right foot and send the left foot back. Right angles with the feet. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Breathe in, lift the arms. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the palms facing forwards. Breathing out, reaching over to your right as far as you can, then down. So we get lots of length in the left side. Pressing against that lower part of the leg with the right hand so that you can open your chest to the ceiling. Dropping, it's almost like your left shoulder can almost drop behind you. That's a good sense to have there. Looking and turning your head to look up at the left fingertips, which are reaching up to the ceiling.
Engage the legs. Almost have a feeling of lifting the kneecaps rather than pushing them back. That will prevent you from pushing them back. I'm talking about the feet, maybe even a sense of lifting up through the arches of the feet. Always in the standing postures, that is an option. Coming up on the inhale, bend into the right knee if you want to. Lift the arms, lower the arms on the exhale, bend into the left knee, and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Okay. Just take a moment there to breathe in, breathe out. We're going to come into another standing posture, warrior two. So, a bit more hip opening. Weight onto the left foot. Big step back with the right. Let it land, and just take the heel back a little bit more than the toes, so it's not at a right angle anymore. Square the hips to themselves and the long edge of the mat, so you're facing that exactly. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Feel the evenness between both feet. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the legs and the hands away from each other, and then breathing out, you're going to bend into the left knee. It's traveling in the same direction as your toes, and push back with that right heel. The back of that foot is also strong. So get that balance, that center, the sense of the torso being right in the middle and going downwards. It's not going forwards, it's not going back. The fingertips are moving away from each other evenly. The feet are moving away from each other evenly. So there's an evenness here, looking down that left arm. Where is it going to? Where are you looking towards? Where are you aiming towards? What direction are you going? Yeah, that's the warrior. It's just going in a certain direction. It's not about the goal. Good. There's definitely some heat and some fire in this warrior, but it's really grounded and connected to the earth. Use the inhale to come back up. Use the exhale to lower the arms down. Bend strongly into the right knee so that you can propel yourself forwards to the front of the mat. Put the weight onto the right foot. I'm going to step back with the left. Big step. Send that left heel back a little bit further. Square the hips. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, lengthen the whole body. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. Expand all these 4 points. Actually, there's 5 points. The head's lifting up as well, away from the center. And as you breathe out, the knee is going in line with your toes. Opening up that knee. Pushing back with that left heel. Everything is expanding. The chest is lifting. The head is lifting. The arms are extending away from the center. The feet are extending away from the center. Everything is expanding evenly. So get that beautiful feeling of openness. And even extending beyond the fingertips. Having the openness and sense of permeability of the body. Expand. Breathe. The breath is the key part of that. You'll get a connection to that sense. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms on the exhale. Bend into the left knee a lot so you can propel yourself forwards back to the front of the mat. Good. Let's come into ragdoll. So keep the feet hips width apart. Bend the knees so everything's starting to collapse and the head comes down. The head is heavy. Feel the top of the head is wanting to reach the ground. The fingertips are wanting to reach the ground. The body's just collapsing down, but the legs are strong, supportive underneath you. The upper body is completely relaxed. Take a deep breath into the nostrils. Feel that expanse across the upper back, and then give that out breath a bit of sound. Have a sigh there to yourself. Maybe have a little sway here. So you're just swaying side to side. There's a sense of shifting the weight from the left to the right foot as you sway. That might be something you can sense there. You also might have a sense of slightly pushing with the hands if your hands are on the ground, kind of helping you to sway. And breathing really freely. And then coming to a stop. Again, placing your attention on the base of the spine and lifting from there. Keeping all your attention on each little vertebrae as it unravels, as it wants to lift up and create space between itself and the next vertebrae. So you get lots of length in this beautiful new spine you've created. Good, okay. Another standing posture. I'm going to come into a peaceful warrior, so more side opening as well. Just checking your feet, standing tall. Put the weight onto the left foot, step back, big step with the right. Again, checking the back heel is going back, toes slightly forward. Square the hips. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the chest. Breathing out, we're coming into warrior as we just did, so we're just repeating that. But now we have an extra part. Breathe in to the chest. As you breathe out, the right arm goes back, and as the right hand comes down, the left arm goes up into the sky. You meet that back leg, you can lean on it because it's really strong, but you turn the palm to face backwards and then reach over the body. Good. Keep that bend in the front knee, so deepen it a little bit to remind yourself. Look up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm if that feels okay to you. Breathe. Strong back leg, really important. Breathe deeply. Dig deep with that breath. Feel the feet on the ground. Now come back to warrior on the inhale. And exhale, sink into it for a second. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Just about. Other side, weight onto the right foot, step back with the left, big step. Hit the heel back a little bit. So nice and wide, really it's as wide as you possibly can, comfortably enough. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, bending into that right knee. It's hovering above the ankle. At the same time, you've got to make this back leg super strong. Breathe in here. Open the chest, breathing out, reaching back with that left hand. As the left hand comes down, the right arm goes up, reaching the fingertips to the ceiling before you turn the palm, and then the palm comes over the body. Look up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm so it's not getting in the way of your face there. Strong back leg, really strong. Keep pushing it into the ground. Don't forget that front knee bend. The right knee is still bent. We're still in that warrior there. Breathe deeply, dig deep with the breath. I use the inhale to come back to warrior two. Breathing out, sink into it for a second. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down, bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Okay, let's come wide. We'll do a wide leg ragdoll, why not? So the knees are soft. The chin comes to the chest, and you're just letting yourself hang forwards. It's the same as we did before, we're just slightly wide with the feet. And so we get a bit more release into the hips here with this version. Let the whole body hang forwards, knees are bent, head is heavy, neck is relaxed. Breathe. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Good. Let's just come up onto the fingertips here for a moment and look up, lift the gaze, and then breathing out, bringing the hands down. Maybe straighten the legs a little bit now. Come up again, breathing in, look forwards, chest is forwards. And breathing out, coming back down. Let's have a little walk around to the left. See how far, maybe you can get the fingers to go right around the side of the foot, but go as far as you find your edge. And once you find your edge, see how it feels. Notice what's happening in the body, and then we'll walk back. We'll just walk back slowly. Everything is taking our time, being interested in where we're going, what's happening. It's like a little journey. The hands are walking, have a little walk, and then we go around to the right and see what's happening over here. Yeah, this quality of innocence, like, yeah, this childlike quality of, wow, that's my foot, and just being able to re-engage with that sense of wonder about this amazing thing that we have constant access to, this body, this laboratory, if you like. You know, it can be like a laboratory, it can be like a play park, it can be so many interesting things. Bring the hands back to center. Let's just take the hands to the waist. Look forwards, so straight legs now, straight back. Looking forwards, chest is wanting to come forwards too, elbows are lifted. Strong belly, strong back. You can take your hands to your back if you feel you need the extra support. Now use the inhale to come up with a straight back and release on the exhale. Okay, good work. So let's just bring the feet together, give the legs a little shake. We're going to come into a combination here now. So we're going to come into forward bend and then go into a balance. We're going, it's going to, in speed it up fast version is we're going to come into the forward bend. So I'm doing super fast, so don't do this right now. Then bend the knee and then come up into warrior three. That is tricky. You might have to do it in stages, but we'll try it. Let's see how this is going to be. So we first of all take a small step forward with the left foot. Remember, this is a forward bend. Also keep that width if you need to have a bit more balance. It's about one of your feet, so if you really need a good measure, there's a foot, and then that's where your foot goes in front. Take hold of the elbows behind the back, lift the chest, breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're going to bend forward, straight legs, but not locked knees, straight back. The neck is in line with the spine, open the chest, all breathing in and out the whole time. And then you can start bending your back and bringing as if your forehead's going to come down to your shin. That's what we're aiming for. So really press the big toe of the left foot onto the ground, lengthen that front leg. Open the chest, breathe deeply. If at any point you don't feel good, if you feel a bit unbalanced, come down to the ground rather than trying to stand up. Much, much safer. So those of you who want to try coming into the balance via this forward bend, we're going to bend into that front knee, the left knee, and start to lift the body up. And as the body starts to lift up, we're going to see if we can lift the back leg. So let's see how this feels. We're going to keep hold of the elbows here. See if we can lift the back leg. If you need to let go of the elbows and hold on to furniture, that's absolutely fine. Okay, then we bring the leg down, undo the arms, rotate the wrists in one direction and the arms, let the whole arm rotate, free yourself up and then the other way. Yeah, okay, good. So we're going to now take the other side. So take a step forward with the right, make sure you've got the width that you need for your balance. Take hold of the elbows the other way around. So it's the opposite way to the way you always would go. Legs are straight, toes, lift them up and place them down. Breathing in, lift the chest. Breathing out, leaning forwards with the chest. And strong back, strong belly. Coming forwards, try to unlock that knee. Instead, think about lifting the kneecap. It's a strange way of putting it, but maybe it works for you. And then just bend your back and allow your back to come forwards. Really put some attention into this front foot. It's keeping you stable, the big toe especially, and thinking about that right leg being long, lengthening it. Now we're going to come into this balance. So bend, lift the gaze, bend into that right knee so you can be more balanced there. So you can be as bent as it needs to be. That will help your balance. And then start to lift the back leg off the ground, start to lift the body. You can hold the elbows or holding onto furniture if you need to. Point the toe, breathe, breathe, breathe. You can start to straighten up the standing leg if that's possible. And then lower down on that left leg. Good. Just a good one for really focusing the attention and enjoying a little bit. So let's come into a squat to relieve that. Okay. Let's let the body hang between the hips. Hips have had lots of attention today. Let the head hang. Really lean into the hands if you feel like you want to. Breathe into the nostrils. Sigh out. Yeah, give it some sound there. Good. Good. Okay, so push it into the hands. Come up into ragdoll once more, just briefly, but keep the knees bent as you slowly unfurl and come up to standing. Slowly unfurl, breathing in and out the whole time. Come to standing. Okay. I'm going to just come into a balance here. So we're going to come into heron balance. And we'll just do a few of these because it's a lovely, beautiful practice, I find. It's one of my favourite balances. So we start off by opening up, put the weight onto the right foot. We're going to start by lifting the left foot. So start to open up the hands as you inhale, start to lift that left knee, start to lift the hands up to the sky. Turn the hands and the hands come down, the left knee comes down. Try and get this coordinated. So as that foot touches the ground, the hands might even come to the thighs there. Open up the hands, lifting the right knee now. Nice and high, lift it really high, lift the hands high, turn the hands and we come back down. This is a lovely, airy quality here. It's light, there's lightness here, breathing in. And again, you know, it's not, if you switch the idea that you're lifting your arms or lifting your leg and think about, but in case of your arms, think about, it's the fingertips lifting, changing the weight. And maybe it's just the kneecap is lifting. Rather than thinking about having to lift a whole leg or a whole arm, think about just placing your attention on those things. It's just lightness. And breathing out. Slowly. Let's do one more on the right side, lifting that right knee really high, lifting the fingertips to the ceiling and lowering the arms down. They're just floating down, very easy. And the foot just lands on the ground very softly. So there's a lot of softness in this. I'm going to come down to the ground. Yeah, let's come down in a forward bend actually, and then we can do one more downward dog. Breathing in, lift the arms up, or take hold of the back. Don't forget, you can do that, that's an option. And breathing out, forward bend, strong legs, strong back, strong belly. Fingertips come to the ground. Lifting up, look forwards, lengthen the spine. Now as you bring the hands to the ground, put the weight onto the left foot and send the right foot back in a big step. Now send the left foot back in a big step and you're in downward dog. Strong and long in the body, but making sure you're not sticking the bottom up. There is the feeling of, it's in the words of a lovely yoga teacher I used to know, proud buttocks, but with a skirt of modesty. I love that phrase. It's always stuck with me. Also a sense of lifting the kneecaps here. So strong, the legs are really strong, the thighs are working hard, the belly is tucked in. Okay, so now bring the knees to the ground, sit back into the heels. Bring the forward to the ground, sweep the arms back into the pose of the child. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Good. Just walk the hands forwards onto the front of the body. Just a couple more things to do. Nice, easy back bend. First of all, just send the hands forward and just rest on your forehead there. Or you can actually rest on the side of the head there. Maybe rest, yeah, we'll have a little rest here for a moment. Rest maybe the side of the head on the back of your hand if that feels nicer. And just have a little bit of a rest there. Breathing in and out. Feeling that breath. Keeping a sense of where your attention is. Where is your mind? Feeling the ground. We've got the whole of the earth underneath us now. It's like we're hugging the earth. It's beautiful. Nurturing quality of the earth element, you know, this very mothering, very wholesome, very supportive. And then extend that arm forward, bring the forward to the ground. We're going to do these opposites. I call this one the jellyfish. I don't really know why. That's what I call it. Lift the right arm and the left leg, and also don't forget to lift the head, and then lower down. Lift the left arm and the right leg. Lift also the head, and then lower down, using the breath. So you use the inhale on the lift, and the exhale lowering down. Moving in time with your breath, breathing in, and breathing out. Don't forget, it's about the length here as well. I'm moving very slowly and mindfully, shifting from one side to the other. You'll feel this. Notice where you're feeling this. I feel this really on my lower back a lot. So I really take care to keep a strong belly. and also that extension that really helps to support the back bend. It just makes the back bend a more even bend rather than just bending in one place. One more either side. Use that inhale to almost inflate and expand the body so it's easy to do the back bend. And then the exhale is all about softening and relaxing anyway. From here, we're just going to find our way onto our back. However feels good to you. And then hug the knees. Yeah, hug the knees. Have a little rock and roll in the lower back. Breathe. Just the last few things here. Hips have had a lot of work today, so let's ease them out. One hand top of each kneecap, breathing in, take the knees away, breathing out, let the knees separate, let the feet separate, and we bring the knees back together in a circle. Breathing in and breathing out. You can do this with your eyes closed if you want to just start to slow everything down. Have a bit more of an inner focus. Also, with your eyes closed, bring your attention into that hip joint. How does it feel? What's happening there? Can you feel the breath moving? Can you send your breath, direct your breath into the hip joint to bring it more space and ease? Using the weight of the legs, using the breath, using the focus of your mind, your attention. Let's change direction. So start with the knees away, but together. Inhale, and the exhale. Remember that as you squeeze the knees into the body, that's an exhale. It's more obvious. It's kind of makes sense. The breathing makes sense with the body. Breathing in, you open the knees up away from each other. They meet at the top, and then you exhale, draw the knees in. In fact, we're just drawing two separate circles of the knees. We're just guiding them with the fingertips. You could even do it without them, but it's nice just to have that guide with the fingertips holding and supporting. Bring some ease into the back of the pelvis as well. And just hug the knees once more. Put the feet on the ground. Slide the legs away. Give yourself a full extension, arms above the head. Point the toes, just see how long you can make yourself and how much longer you make yourself when you breathe in. Oh, the front of the body is expanded as you breathe out. Just soften everything. Bend your knees. Soften the arms so that the elbows are just going down. So it's nice, it's lovely soft kind of arms rather than extended arms. Feet are on the floor but comfortably. We're just going to move and breathe just to slow everything down. Coming towards the end of our practice. Breathe in through the nostrils. And as you breathe out also through the nostrils, feel the fingertips are lifting up into the air and landing on the body as you breathe out. Breathing in. The arms come up, but it's very soft. And as you breathe out, they're coming forwards. So it's softening everything and cooling everything down. Yeah, we've created some heat, some fire in the body, and now we're just enjoying the cooling embers, that more sustained, comfortable kind of heat. Breathing in and breathing out, and cooling that with the breath. Letting the hands land on the body, feeling that physical body, that physicality of ourselves. It's very soft, this, very soft, very slow. Let's see if you can make the out breath even longer than the in breath. Last couple. So the in breath is just in breath, it's just letting the air come in and letting the arms just float up and land on the ground. Very open and soft. And breathing out, they return to the body. That's one more. Arms just float up, opening up the chest, but in a very soft, easy way. And as you breathe out, it's just returning, and the back is totally relaxed. Good. Let the hands rest on the body. Let the hand rest on the body wherever you want to place the hands on the body. It may be on the heart, maybe on the belly, maybe on the thighs, the face, shoulder, wherever you want to place them. You might want to just hug yourself. Yeah, place the hands where you want to place them. You just find that place. Closing the eyes, you'll be able to find it much quicker because you'll feel a lot quicker. Your senses will be much more switched on. The visual is such a powerful sense that it overrides the rest of them, tends to. So breathing into these places your hands are. Particularly just really allow that belly breath. Before we come into that relaxation, just wherever your hands are on the body, maybe you want to send them now to the belly. And let's just focus a bit more on abdominal breathing, just to send us into a softer place. So you breathe in through the belly. And as you breathe out, slow, steady out breath. You feel the belly just decreasing, and you feel the belly button working back towards the back of the body. And as you breathe in, you're breathing in, feeling the belly button lift, feeling the belly expand. Feel that with the hands, and as you breathe out, slow, soft out breath. One more of these. So it's a very mindful breath. And then just let your legs slide away. Your arms fall out to the side, lying in the corpse, lying in Shavasana. Back of the neck is long, chin slightly tucked in, hands are facing the ceiling, feet nice and wide, or as wide as the mat, let the feet fall out to the sides. Close the eyes. And we just lie here for a moment or two. Soft, easy breath now. Soft, easy breath. Breath coming in and breath going out. In and out through the nostrils, but very soft. You feel the belly rise and fall. You feel the chest rise and fall. Soft and easy. Feel the ground beneath you, that earth energy supporting you, nurturing you, feeding you, receiving you. Feed yourself like a little baby, like a little innocent. Feel that childlike innocence, that wonder, that openness, that trust in the world. And just let your body be breathed. Peaceful and open-hearted. So the bell marking the end of our practice, the end of the relaxation. Start to wake the body up, start to come back into the day. Enjoy your body. How does it feel now? Yeah, just be interested, curious. Feel that body, stretch and move the body, breathe deeply. Yeah, stretch and move, enjoy and expand. Breathe a little deeper. Move and breathe. Maybe hug your knees. Maybe roll onto the side. Take your time. What feels different? Noticing what feels different. Maybe there were some aches and pains before. Yeah, maybe there's some areas of the body that's woken up a little bit. Good. Once you're seated, come to the seat slowly. Let's just give a bit of attention to the surface of the body, the skin we're in. I am here, I exist. So feel a sense of that. Yeah. And then bring some heat and energy. Let's make our last little fire between the hands. And place that fire over the heart center. Close your eyes and bring to mind your Sankalpa. Your personal prayer, loving thought for yourself, intention.
And say that to yourself. And allow yourself to receive that love from yourself. Even give it a smile. Okay. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.